everyone. Thank you for joining me for another week of Mindfulness with Miss Courtney. I really hope you're enjoying your summer. I know I am. Oh, and it looks like we have a friend who's coming to visit. Just when we started the program, I think he wants to say hello. Here's Mitchell. Maybe he'll stretch with us today. Aw, thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Okay, so like we normally do, we're going to go ahead and get started with some stretches. And we've got some new stretches today that we've never done before. All right, so let me back up. Let's see if Satchel will join us. I can see his tail. All right. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is really more of a pose than a stretch. And this is just a very simple pose. This is called Mountain Pose. So we want our feet to be about, hip length apart. And we're just going to put our arms down. And actually this does stretch your shoulders and your back a little bit, and it opens up your chest. I can definitely feel that in my body. And we're just going to get started with our breathing. So let's close our eyes. Let's pretend that we are on the top of a mountain. It's very quiet and calm. We can look down at everything below. We can see it in our minds. And let's go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. And when I breathe in and out, I can feel that stretch just a little bit more in my back and shoulders. Another way that we can do mountain pose is to put our hands at our chest, kind of like our open heart stretch that we've done before. This stretches out the back a little bit differently, and the shoulders as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and then blow it out. So let's go ahead and breathe in. Let's picture that we're at the top of that beautiful mountain. Maybe the sun is setting, and then breathe out. That is very calming. And one thing I really love about mountain pose, or you can think of it as a mountain stretch even, because it really does stretch out that back a little bit. You can do this anywhere, anytime. It's awesome. Okay, so for our next two poses, we're actually going to stay standing, and we're going to do a couple of bird poses. So for the first one, let's go ahead and put our feet a little wider apart than hip length apart, so we have a good base. We're going to reach our arms out like beautiful wings, and then let's go ahead and lean forward, and that's really going to stretch out the arms and the back. And we'll pretend that we're beautiful birds flying in the sky. You can even move a little bit. That's going to stretch out that back a little bit more, very gently. All right, excellent. Okay, and then the next one, this is also more of a pose, but we also have some stretching. We've actually done this before. We are going to do Flamingo Pose. So let's go ahead and start with our right leg. Let's reach our arms up and out. And we're going to balance on that right leg as we lean forward. And that's going to stretch the hip and the left leg, and we're still stretching our backs and our arms. And let's pretend that we're beautiful flamingos. Our beautiful pink feathers are shining. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch legs. This is going to be a little bit harder for me to balance because I'm right-handed, but I know we can do it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on our left leg. Let's reach our arms up and out, and we're going to balance balance on that left leg. Yep, this is a little bit harder for me to do. I can feel my legs shaking a little bit. But this is a great stretch for the right leg, for the arms and back. And again, let's pretend that we're beautiful pink flamingos standing in the water. All right, excellent. Okay, I can definitely feel my back and shoulders loosened up a little bit, so that's great. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with our story to help us with our breathing. So we are going to continue the book that we started last week. Remember Alpha Breaths, the ABCs of Mindful Breathing. This was written by Christopher Willard and Daniel Rechtschaffen, illustrated by Holly Clifton Brown. And again, we'd like to thank the publisher for allowing us to use this book. And the publisher is Sounds True. Okay, so last week we went through A through M, which was half of the alphabet. So we need to get started with N, and this one is so cool. This one is called Ninja Breath. Okay, so we're going to pretend that we're ninjas. We're going to breathe in and out as silently and slowly as you can. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's breathe in and out very silently and very slowly. Okay, we can even close our eyes. So let's go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Oh, very good. I'm already feeling better, and that was just our first breath. Okay, let's see what the next one will be. Oatmeal breath. Oh, this might make me a little hungry. Breathe in and imagine you are smelling a bowl of hot oatmeal. Then breathe out like you are blowing on your oatmeal to cool it off. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's hold a bowl of oatmeal. Let's go ahead and breathe that wonderful aroma in. And then as we breathe out, we're going to pretend it's very hot and we need to cool it off. Very good. Excellent. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a little hungry. Okay, so our next one is Perfume Breath. As you breathe in and out, what perfume can you smell in the air? So we can see that she's smelling the perfume of some beautiful flowers. So let's go ahead and imagine that that's what we're doing as well. So imagine that you're in a field of beautiful flowers. Let's go ahead and breathe in their perfume, their wonderful scent, and breathe out. That also makes me feel very peaceful to think of being in a pretty field with many flowers. Oh, this is interesting. So for Q, we have question breath. As you breathe in, ask yourself how you are feeling. As you breathe out, answer. Okay, so let's see. Let's breathe in. How am I feeling? As I breathe out, I can say that I am feeling much calmer than I was before we started the program, and we've only done a couple breaths, so I think that's really great. Okay, R is for Redwood Breath. Breathe in and reach your arms up high like branches extending to the sky. Breathe out and imagine you have roots growing from your feet deep into the earth. Okay, awesome. So for this one, let me go ahead and back up so that we can use our full bodies. So let's get this breath started in our pose. So this is a little bit like mountain pose. We want to make sure that our feet are planted very securely in the ground. And we're going to pretend that our feet have roots growing into the ground. And then our arms are like beautiful branches growing up into the sky. That's great. I'm really glad we did those stretches and poses earlier because this is a great practice. All right, so let's go ahead and as we breathe in, let's reach our beautiful tree limbs up. And then as we breathe out, picture your roots going down to the ground. Let's do that one more time. Let's breathe in. That's a great stretch as well. And then as we breathe out, picture those roots going deep into the ground. That's very calming. That was an excellent breath. I really like that one. Okay, for S, oh, this is so cool. We have superhero breath. Breathe in and imagine you are a superhero. Breathe out and imagine how you will help someone. That's wonderful. All right, so let's breathe in. I've got my cape on and my goggles. And as we breathe out, let's imagine helping someone. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, this one is called teddy bear breath. Lay down on your back and put a teddy bear on your tummy. As you breathe in and out, watch your teddy bear go up and down. So I'm going to modify this one a little bit. I don't happen to have a teddy bear at home with me, but you guys might have a teddy bear or another stuffed animal that you'd like to use. The other thing we can do is just pretend that we have a teddy bear. And instead of laying down, let's go ahead and stay seated. And let's pretend that we've got our teddy bear right up against our chest. So as we breathe in, we're going to feel our hands expand. And as we breathe out, we're going to feel them come back to us. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's breathe in and breathe out. That's great. And you know, that would be a really good one to do at bedtime. If you've got your favorite stuffed animal with you when you go to bed, you could hold your stuffed animal very close to your heart and feel that breath move in and out. That would be wonderful. It'd be very calming, and I think it would probably help you sleep better. All right, so for you, we have underwater breath. Paddle your arms, imagining you are underwater. Breathe in and out, blowing bubbles through your scuba gear. That's very fun. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pretend we're at the bottom of the ocean and there's fish swimming by. And let's go ahead and paddle our arms as we breathe in. And then as we breathe out, the bubbles will come out of our scuba. Very good. All right. This one is very interesting. For V, we have voice breath. Take a big breath in and sing la as you breathe out. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a big breath in. And then as we breathe out, la. I like that because it slows down that out breath a little bit and really makes you pay attention to it. All right, for W, we have wish breath. Breathe in and make a happy wish for yourself. Then breathe out and send a happy wish to someone else. This is beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and do that. As we breathe in, let's make a happy wish for ourselves. And then as you breathe out, Picture someone in your life and make a happy wish for them. That was a great one. I really like that. For X, we have xylophone breath. Imagine playing a xylophone from the bottom to the top on the in-breath. Then play it from the top to the bottom on the out-breath. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's pretend that we have a xylophone. So on the in-breath, we're going to wave our stick over the notes. So let's go ahead and breathe in. And then as we breathe out, let's reverse it. And we can almost hear those little song notes in our head. Okay, for Y, we have yawning breath. Breathe in a big, mindful yawn, paying attention to all the sensations you feel. Then let your breath out. All right, this is a great way to bring more oxygen into the body. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a big yawn. And then breathe out. That feels good. All right. And for Z, we have Z breath. Imagine falling asleep. Close your eyes, take a big breath in, and hold it. Then slowly let out your breath, imagining a long Z. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's close our eyes because we want to imagine we're falling asleep. So we're going to breathe in. And then as we breathe out, we're going to do our Z sound. Z. That's a good way to extend that out breath. I like that. And that would be a really good one to do at bedtime as well. So maybe we could start with our teddy breath, and then we could move to the Z breath. That would be great. Okay, so we did the entire alphabet in alpha breaths. So that's awesome. And I like the alphabet portion of it because that's a good way to remember some of the breaths. If you know you would like to do some breathing, but you can't remember all the ones we've done because we've done a lot of them, just think of the alphabet and think of your favorite ones that made you feel the best. All right, so before we go, let's go ahead and do our open heart stretch. So let me back up a little bit. All right, let's sit in a comfortable seated position. Let's go ahead and put our hands at our heart, and we're going to reach up as we breathe in, opening up our hearts, and then let's come together, and let's do that again. Let's breathe in, and as we breathe out, let's imagine gifting our heart out into the universe, because our hearts are like gifts. There's so much love in there, and we have so much love to give. Let's go ahead and do that again. Let's breathe in, opening up our hearts, sending out love. All right, and last time. Big breath in, big love out into the world. Excellent. Okay. I don't know about you, but those breaths really made me feel a lot calmer, and I definitely feel better. All right, so I will see you next week. Thank you so much again for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.